So I've been down a rabbit hole with slushy machines for the past few weeks, and I need to tell you, this category is wild. Some of these machines are legitimately incredible, and some of them should probably come with a warning label. The technology behind them is actually fascinating too. They don't use ice at all. There's a compressor inside that chills a metal cylinder, and a spinning auger scrapes microscopic ice crystals off the surface before they can freeze solid. That's how you get that perfectly smooth gas station style texture at home instead of the chunky watery disaster you get from throwing ice in a blender. I tested and researched 7 of the most popular ones, and I'm going to tell you exactly which ones are worth it and which ones aren't. Links to all of them are down in the description. Let's get into it. The Ninja Slushie FS301 is the one that basically started this whole craze, and there's a good reason it's everywhere. 5 presets: slush, spiked slush, milkshake, frappe, frozen juice, and the rapid chill compressor just works. You pour in your liquid, press a button, and walk away. The 88-ounce tank gives you about 64 ounces of actual working capacity once you factor in expansion, and the texture that comes out is honestly on another level compared to anything a blender can do. Thick, smooth, perfectly even. No chunks, no separation. I made a batch of frozen mango margaritas on a Saturday afternoon, and my neighbor literally came over uninvited because he could see me pouring them through the window. That's the kind of machine this is. It turns you into the person everyone wants to hang out with. Cleanup is easy too, dishwasher-safe parts plus an auto rinse for the spigot. Now here's one thing you absolutely need to know, and this applies to every single machine on this list. You cannot put plain water in these things. No sugar, no alcohol, no slush. The liquid freezes into a solid block against the cylinder and the auger jams. But the community has cracked this wide open. Half a tablespoon of liquid allulose per 8 ounces of any 0-calorie drink, and you're golden. 0 sugar, 0 calories, perfect slush. That one tip changes everything about how useful this machine actually is. The Chefman Slushies Max takes a totally different angle. Where the Ninja is all about raw performance, the Chefman is about the experience. It's got this slim vertical body that actually fits under kitchen cabinets, a touchscreen with 5 presets, and, here's the fun part, a pull lever like the machines at a gas station. I know that sounds gimmicky, but there's something genuinely fun about pulling that lever and watching slush pour out. Kids go absolutely crazy for it. It handles sugary sodas and pre-mixed cocktail bases really well, gets a batch done in about 30 minutes, and the digital interface even warns you if your mixture doesn't have enough sugar to freeze properly. The lever does sit a tiny bit above the tank floor, so you'll always lose a small amount of liquid at the bottom. Not a deal breaker, just something to know. And while the Ninja's build feels like it could survive a decade, the Chefman is lighter and a bit more delicate in comparison. It's trading some of that tank-like durability for a sleeker look and a smaller footprint, which for a lot of kitchens is exactly the right call. Okay, the BKP PM. I have to be honest here. This machine has 6 programs, a temperature display, a delayed start timer, and a price that undercuts everyone else on this list. The feature sheet reads like a premium appliance. The problem is that the hardware doesn't quite match those software ambitions. The compressor can be inconsistent, the plastic components feel fragile compared to what you get from Ninja or Crownful, and that ice cream mode is really more of an extra thick slush situation. It doesn't have the torque to actually churn dairy into soft serve. If you go in expecting a basic slushy maker at a great price and nothing more, you might be happy. But if you're comparing it side by side with the Ninja FS301, the gap in reliability and build quality is hard to ignore. Now, the Ninja Slushie XL Smart, model FS601BR. This machine is absurd in the best possible way. A 128-ounce tank, 96 ounces of actual working liquid. That's 10 plus servings from one single batch. But the capacity isn't even what makes it special. It's Slush Assist. This is a smart system that monitors what's happening inside the tank in real time. It reads the resistance on the auger, detects the density of your mixture, and automatically adjusts the compressor temperature so you never end up with a frozen block or a soupy mess. You just dump in your ingredients and the machine figures out the rest. That is a massive deal for cocktails because alcohol lowers the freezing point and most machines choke on boozy recipes. Slush Assist doesn't care. It compensates on the fly. I keep picturing a big 4th of July situation, 20 people, backyard, kids everywhere, and you've got a giant batch of frozen watermelon lemonade that's perfect without you touching the machine once. It takes up a lot of counter space, no question, and the price sits firmly at the top of this category. But for anyone who hosts regularly or has a big family, this is the machine that removes every possible point of frustration. The Neoism. ADO3 is almost the opposite philosophy, and that's exactly why it's on this list. Where the Ninja XL goes big, the Neoism goes precise. 54 ounces of working capacity, 6 presets, and an 8-level manual texture control that lets you dial in exactly how thick or thin you want your drink. Loose and icy? Level 2. Dense and spoonable like soft serve? Crank it to 8. No other machine at this price gives you that kind of hands-on control. And because you're adjusting temperature manually, it works beautifully with alternative sweeteners that behave unpredictably in automatic machines. This is the one for the person who makes a single frozen coffee at 6:30 in the morning or a quiet cocktail after dinner. Pour, press, 60 seconds, done. No massive tank to clean, no leftover liquid going to waste. For daily personal use, I genuinely think this is the smartest purchase on the list. The Revotio RVS1 solves a problem most people don't think about until they own a slushy machine: noise. Standard compressor machines aren't exactly quiet. The Revotio is. You can hold a conversation at normal volume while this thing runs in the background, which matters a lot in open-concept homes or when you're making drinks late at night with kids asleep down the hall. It also happens to be fast, about 15 minutes for lighter profiles. The matte black finish looks sharp on a bar cart or countertop. It does need that 4% sugar minimum to operate safely, and you have to let it sit upright for 2 hours after unboxing before you can use it. A little patience up front, but after that it just delivers quietly and efficiently every single time. And then there's the Crownful FS208AN, which does something none of the others can actually pull off: real soft serve ice cream. Not ice cream mode, that's really just thick slush. Actual genuine soft serve. It has a 200-watt motor, a reinforced heavy-duty auger, and a star-shaped extrusion nozzle specifically designed to handle dense dairy. You put in heavy cream, sugar, salt, vanilla, and what comes out tastes like the machine at a boardwalk shop. I was genuinely shocked. It also does regular slushies, frozen cocktails, all of that. And a 12-hour freshness mode keeps your batch at serving temperature overnight. The build is aluminum and stainless steel, so it feels serious. The touchscreen is a little sensitive to stray taps, which can be mildly annoying mid-cycle, but you learn to work with it fast. If your household wants ice cream sundaes for the kids and frozen daiquiris for the adults and doesn't want 2 separate appliances, this is the one. So where does that leave you? For big parties and zero stress, the Ninja XL Smart with Slush Assist is unmatched. For a reliable everyday workhorse that handles anything you throw at it, the original Ninja FS301 is still the benchmark. The Neoism is the daily driver for 1 or 2 people who want precision without the bulk. The Revotio is the quiet one, perfect for late nights, open floor plans, and anyone who hates appliance noise. The Chefman brings the fun factor with that lever and a slim design. And the Crownful is the only machine here that genuinely does soft serve and slushies under one roof. Every link is in the description below. Hit subscribe if this saved you some research, and I'll catch you in the next one.